Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I am back for another inspired by Pinterest. Sorry. Get all these names of these things confused. Anyhow, it looks to me, from what I can tell, book page and then lace to make a pocket. And it's super simple. You could decorate it. They put like a little ruched fabric there. You could do all sorts of things, which we're going to do some different things. I thought it would be fun to do maybe a couple Christmas ones, whatever. So we're just going to make a few because, I mean, it's not real hard. It's like book page, and then you stitch on some lace fabric and add a little decorative piece, and voila. So this one, it says Victoria Van Tassel, but then this Aline Thaz says, thanks for showing my cards that I made a few years ago, I'm assuming. So I don't really know which one. That's the tricky part with Pinterest, but both of these ladies, thank you. So what we're going to do, and I'll, put my own spin on it because that's just what I do. I have some book page here. We're going to use some book page. I'm actually going to save that because I like those bits like that. This is kind of some pretty beat up book page here. Actually, I might go ahead and use, because I have loads of it and it's not super expensive and it's easy to come by. So this is just children's drawing paper that you can get. I got mine on Amazon. You might be able to get it other places too. It's just for kids to draw on, so it's fairly inexpensive. It has it feels a lot like book page to me, is why I originally got into using it. So yeah, I definitely recommend it because it's great paper to do collage master boards or this type of project where I just want more thickness than that for my pocket. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do. I save these because I stamp on them and do some other things with them, but that's a pretty good size pocket, not bad at all. So it's all going to depend the size of your pocket. I'm not going to measure things and everything because you're going to have your own book pages, and maybe you want a specific size for a journal, or it might depend on, like, if you have some scraps of the lace stuff to make the pockets out of. I mean, there's a lot of things, and it doesn't really matter what the particular measurement is of them because you can make them whatever size you want. That's the beauty of it. And I am just going to come right up to the edge on that since it's not torn back there, and then I'll just cut it out or whatever to make the pocket part. Actually, I might go ahead and tear it since I have my tear ruler here. It all needs to stick though. Behave, right? And just tear it kind of slow, especially if it's wet, because you don't want to mess it up. So how are you guys? I hope that you're doing fantastic. This is a pretty easy one today, but that's just the kind of mood I was in. I kind of had a hectic week. I know, you're probably so shocked. Seems to be my MO. Just have been busy. That's all. Nothing bad, just busy. And it, sometimes you're like, I just want to do something fun and easy. So I am. But I hope you guys are well. I need to say hugs and blessings to Beverly, Maria, Carol, and Nancy. I have a few Nancys, a few Carols. I might have a couple Beverlys. And I think I just have one Maria, but I'm not positive about that. It's hard to remember all the last name tag things that are on there. So yeah. What really got this started was I had this left over from doing that little canvas book that I did. And so I was like, well, I can use that. I'm just going to tear it. Oopsies. Forgot about that part. Oh boy, I'm off to a good start. Well, some of that's going to get cut off anyways. I'm just trying to get sort of the basic size. I like a little bit hanging over. They had a little bit hanging over on theirs, and I think that's fun. And then I want it about, I'm trying to figure out front and back here. I think it goes this way. Sorry, my stomach's making all crazy noises. It's been fed. It needs to shush. But it doesn't want to. It has nothing to complain about. It's feeling better. I know I mentioned that the other day, and a lot of you were saying, hope I get feeling better, and I appreciate you guys so much. You're so sweet to me. And yes, it is feeling better. I think I just had that, you know, the kind of crazies from traveling and coming home and eating different foods and, you know, all that. So now that I'm getting a little more back in my swing, I'm definitely feeling better. Okay, on this one, I might do just that piece of fabric on here so I can use it wherever. But what I'm going to do is just do a little glue on there to just hold it, and then I'm going to stitch them. So for now, they're just going to be kind of like held together by a little glue stick, but they will get stitched. I'm just going on the edge there. I don't want to use the liquid glue, which would be easier with the fine tip, but I don't want marks on my fabric from the ink and the glue and all the things. So we're just going to use glue stick. And I think once that's stitched, that little tear there is going to be no problem. And I put mine lower. You can make it go higher if you want to do that. You could even decorate that up a little bit, which I might do. Probably gonna have to, I think, turn that into a ruffle of some kind, or I never say it right, but whatever, gathered somehow. Whatever the technical term is. Pleated, how's that? I think that's what the word I'm looking for. I'm not very good at technical terms. I probably should have stitched it on beforehand, huh? But that's what I'm gonna do on that one. So that will be a quick and easy one. I do kind of want to put something back here though, since I left a lot of space. So we'll make a little pleated piece there, and that will go on. I'm not gonna worry about what I'm gonna put in them yet, because that's gonna depend on the journal that they end up in. So for now, I just want to keep them fairly neutral. I have a whole bunch of those that my daughter gave me. It is a roast day, a toast day in here today. It's super humid for us. It feels very humid to me. It probably wouldn't be to a lot of people. I don't know what the percentage is or anything, but we had rain all night. And as I said, for this part of the country, that's not super normal in August. I mean, you might get an afternoon thunderstorm, but it's usually pretty quick and done. But yeah, all night rained. So it feels very humid to me today. And you all know I am a shrinking violet when it comes to humidity. I feel like the Wicked Witch of the East or West or whatever. I'm melting, melting. Yes, that's what I feel like. This is from one of my kits. Does that work with this? I don't think I like those together. I do like that, but I don't feel like that works great, so I'm not doing that. Yeah, I don't know why I can't hack it, but I really can't. think I might just use that one with the bird. I think it's cute. Those are more Eastery. Oh, there's this Tim Holtz bit. It's too long. I could go this way, I guess. It wouldn't be bad, would it? Oh, I do like that better. I like the color better and everything. That's what I'm gonna do, that piece. So that is a Tim Holtz piece. And then I will stitch all of these up that we make and come back and show you once they're done. I do want to do some Christmas ones. But this is a great little pocket and a great way to use up. Like I have quite a few of these. I don't know what they are. You know, you put them on a credenza or whatever with something fabulous on top that we don't use anymore. So I have a lot of those, and a lot of them are kind of falling apart or torn or stained or whatever the case might be. So that I will stitch and then put on here like this, and that will be that little pocket, and I'll stitch around it. So that one's good, and then we're going to do another one so you can see, like, doesn't get any easier. You literally just take a piece of paper and put a piece of fabric. You could use any. You don't have to use those lacy looking ones. Like if you have a specific fabric that you're wanting to use, you can use whatever. I thought this would be fun too. Some ledger. And this one I'm making a little skinnier. You can make them fat and short, long, tall, skinny, just depending on your journal that you're doing. I'm not going to worry when I do stuff like that because it's going on this piece of paper, which will get covered by fabric. So, no biggie. We're being very easy on ourselves today. Ooh, that side's cool too, though. I like this side. This person, whoever wrote in this ledger, writes like my dad, and it kind of freaks me out a little bit. This J is like almost identical to his J that he, you know, wrote his name because his first name was John. I mean, it's awesome. I love my dad so much. He's an awesome man. But for some reason that, it's just, I don't know. That's his handwriting. So it's just a little weird for me. It's funny because my daughter and my sister write very similarly. And that was weird the first time my daughter really started to, like, you know, do cursive or write more on her own and started developing her own way of writing and stuff. And I noticed how much it was like my sister's. It's like, wow, that's crazy. But yeah, it's just cool. I love that. So this is the leftover piece from the other one. And I love all the strings and everything. So I think I'm going to leave it just like that. And then, you know, I'm thinking I might want to put like a little something across there even. Because you don't have to do it like she did it. You can do it more stuff, less stuff, whatever. You know, I usually always do more because that's me. But you could do it even just like that. Stitch it and put something in it. You don't even have to add anything to it, right? So that one I think I'm not going to stitch on yet because I want to stitch that piece across the top. And then we can add a little Christmas doodad, which I will also probably stitch. And I have, my daughter found at the thrift store the other day, this little package of just random fabric bits for like 25 cents. There were 2 stacks, so it was 50 cents for 2. But anyway, somebody had cut out these packages, and I was like, oh my goodness, wouldn't these be cool on like something kind of like a 3x5 card, whatever you want to use, and then make them into to from tags. for packages, because how pretty would that be hanging on a package? So that's probably what I'm going to do with those, because there's only 2 of them. But then there's also all this other, it kind of looks vintage. I really think these are vintage. This is probably like 80s, which I guess now is vintage. And then this flannel with the snowman and that. So yeah, that was sweet of her to think of her mom. She knows I like just the little bits and bobs to make things out of it. I'm just gonna, for right now, glue these together so they stick together, so we can kind of get an idea. I'm not gonna do them totally straight, because I just don't do that. But yeah, they're fun little scraps for sure. I really like those packages. I think I'm gonna do that with those 2. I mean, they'd be fun tags too for a journal, but I think I want to use them for packages. And then I'll run a stitch across that just to hold it all together. Actually, I'll probably just stitch it onto here when I'm done. This one, I think I want to cut these little things. You know what? These would also be really cute as like gift card holders. Like if you hang things on your tree, I know some people do that. They do like gift cards and they hang them on their tree. You could punch a hole in here and hang it on your tree, or put it on a package and put a little like piece of chocolate or something fun in there for the front of the package. Wouldn't that be kind of cool? So yeah, lots of possibilities. And you could do them in any style. Any fabrics, buttons, like little bows would be cute. So that's going to be one of my Christmas ones. And I'll stitch it in a minute. And let's do this more math-like paper or book page that was gifted to me. Thank you. I like to tear off the sides. You don't have to. You could leave them if you wanted it to be wider, you know. Then you wouldn't do that. But I just like to be able to see the, I guess, scientific page here. And I'm going to put that on this. That looks great. You could also use book page if you have more. I just figured I'll use that because then I can use my book pages for other things. Now here comes my snotty nose cat. He's been so playful lately. He's so funny. This morning when I was exercising, he wanted to play. He likes that because always at some point I end up laying down on the floor to stretch or whatever, and he thinks that's the best ever. So he always has to get in the middle of it and tack my hair and all the things. But yeah, my sister and I were talking about it the other day. I don't know if I said this to you guys, but I think he's actually older than I was originally thinking, because my sister lived with us for a little bit when she first moved up here, you know, looking for a house and doing all that. And I'm thinking, she thinks too, that we got him right at the end of that time that they were with us still. And that's been just about 15 years ago. So he's probably closer to 15 than 13. Which is crazy to think about. I know I should have kept better track. It's so hard to, do I want to do a regular one again, or do I want to do another, like, Christmas one? I think I'm going to do another regular one. I like that bird. I think I just need to use it. Yeah, so, anyhow, that's just crazy. Totally crazy. Go. go about here. And I think I'll leave, I just kind of want the middle part. So this I could use for something else. I like it when the side isn't scallopy too, you know. Scallopy. Because I can use those. I could even use these as pockets. Oh my goodness, that one doesn't want to do it. But yeah, you could put that somewhere as a pocket. For these, I think I want the whole thing like that. I just want one of those on there. I really like that. Let's ink it real quick first. I don't know where my daughter found these ones. Like I said, she finds stuff, gives me little cute things. She gave me these for Christmas one year. Perfect gift. I don't really like them. You know, going to school and all that. I don't want them spending money on us, but I know it's fun to give a little gift, so I like it when they find something like this or the little fabric or whatever. Oh my gosh. Last year she got me a bunch of, why do these have to be so difficult, honestly? Those Work Basket magazines, she found a whole stack of them for really cheap, and they're actually getting to where a lot of times when I go find them someplace, they're like $12.95 each, which isn't horrible, but I mean, it's kind of a lot. And if you don't know what they are, they're little kind of like newspapery type books that have like sewing stuff or knitting or just, you know, they're just like little craft books. They're really cute. And the paper's cool because it's kind of like this, you know, old paper. So anyways, I like gifts like that. Okay, so that will go on like that. You'll see a little bit of the... And then what do we want to put on there? This would be good because there's kind of this peachy type color on there. And I'll have to ruche this and everything too. I didn't get that far because I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do, but... Or, you know, get it all. Something like that. See if I've got some buttons. Another thing would be sorry, hold on. I already had them out. I thought I had to go dig for them. That'd be kind of fun on there. I don't know what else I was going to say. See, when I get looking for things, my brain stops. Oh, just little bits and pieces would be cute in there, like little Tim Holtz bits or something. You could also tuck in and stitch, do a little stitch to it. I know this is so ridiculous, but it's literally just all these random things that get left on my desk from a project. There's one of those buttons. I like that better. And left over. And so they float around, you know. And it's really hard to go try to put all of it back where it was. And I like that little tiny blue with there's blue writing on there. But yeah, so then I just throw them in this box, and then that way I don't have to try to sort. I get so tired of sorting stuff every time I do a journal. I mean, I have to do it, but oh my gosh, it just does get utterly redundant after a while. I could also put some threads. I can't even break thread, people. That's how bad my hands are. Wow, that's a wad. This is what happens when you sew all the time. I don't sew clothes, but sew journal stuff. Oh, there's a little pink one here too. She didn't come in. He probably went in my daughter's room. He likes to sleep on her bed. So I'll stitch that one. So we'll see how that looks in the end. I know, this is probably really boring. Sorry. Some days, I don't know. It's hard to come up with all the things. But they're fun, and you could just make a whole mess of them, that's for sure. Corner rounder. And then just have them ready to go. And you could, like I said, just do the lace or whatever the fabric is you're going to use. Put it on the book page. And then just put them in a whatever you use to hold some ephemera. And then when you go to do your journal, you can make them, decorate them up. Because you could stitch together your little scraps to put on them and stuff, and then just glue them, like Fabri-Tac them or whatever, glue them onto your pocket. They don't have to be stitched on, but I figured since I'm doing this, I might as well stitch them so they stay. Okay, we'll do another Christmassy one. I think they'll be really cool once they're stitched. They're a little bit plain right now, but it's okay. This one will make a little bit shorter. I don't think I have enough. Nope, just this is all I got left of that first page. Oh, I have another piece here. Is that wide enough? Not really. I mean, it would probably work, but and my buttons. I don't use a whole lot of buttons. I know I say that every time. It's true, though. Just every once in a while, they're like, that'll work. Just kind of thick, you know, to put on things. Add a lot of bulk, which is not great. We don't like bulk. Then you can make another one out of that piece. Just keep going. Do a Christmassy one on this one. I have no idea what I'm doing for Christmas as far as journal stuff yet. I know it's a little bit early, but it will be here before we blink, so I might use this. I have this little like shirt that has these buttons that I like. And I love this fabric because it's so thin. It's like ultra. I don't know what this shirt originally was. I just have this leftover bit of it. Got a little snag there. I might do this pink one. I don't know if I would ever do, I don't know, a pink journal. Oh, that's kind of big, huh? But it wouldn't be bad. It's a piece of that snowman flannel, just a little piece of lace, and another piece of lace. I think I might do that. I don't even think I have anything out that's, what do you call it? I might get some snowflakes out. So hold on just a minute. Okay, I am back. I have stuff everywhere because I went ahead and did the stitching because I'm like, why go back and forth and all that? But I found some snowflakes. And those are cut on our laser cutters, and they are in the Etsy shop. So if you're interested in those. And you can see there's a little bit of singeing on the back. I don't know if you can see it. But anyway, if you order them, you might be able to see the brown a little. And that's just because, I mean, they are cut with fire, basically. That's what a laser is. And so there is a little bit of discoloration. I kind of like it because it gives you that vintage look. But if you're looking for white, it's, yeah, not those. The fronts are obviously better than the backs. And you can see the singeing a little more on that one. But it's mostly on the back. But every once in a while, a little bit gets on the front too. But they're cute. And they really add something, I feel like. So that can go in a winter journal, not just Christmas, right? So there's that one all done. Doesn't get any easier. And then obviously this is our pocket. Let me see, do I have anything? Probably not. I don't know if some of these will fit. Nope, too big. I mean, I'm sure you guys get it, but so tag obviously would be shorter, but whatever you want to tuck inside those pockets. This one is all done. And I like the stuff hanging out and over, and that's crooked, and I just think they're cute. So don't be hard on yourself. Oh, this one I need to glue the button on because I'm not stitching it. I'm like, I'm not stitching it. I might put a few more little threads around there since I've got so many threads. I mean, why not, right? It looks like a bird's nest. You can break those little things off, which probably would have been the smart way to do it, but we'll see. If it doesn't end up sticking, then I will probably break that little plastic piece off to put it on there. So I'm just going to set it aside, but I'll bring it up here so you can see. That's the birdie one. And then this little one, we need to glue that on. I would, you know, if you want to use Fabri-Tac, use Fabri-Tac. I like this stuff, this PVA. It's just a real generic PVA that I got on Amazon. It's nothing fancy. This one, the only thing that I'm concerned about is that pocket. So I'm going to put, you know, that the glue might go through the fabric just a little bit there. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there for now. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But again, you could add more, less, whatever. This one's probably the closest to, I think it's all right, to the original one. Which, where did I put that? It's here. It looks cute with the little greenery in there. too. But anyway, that's that one. Saw that one. So yeah, I think those are super fun. You could make up a whole slew and just have them ready to go and then decorate them after the fact, because you could glue these on the same way I glued that on and it would be just fine. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day and we'll chat again soon. Love you guys. Bye.